What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Mental Groove. Yeah, it's been a minute, but we're back, locked in, and ready for another Kevin Samuels classic. This one right here might just shake the room. Let's get into it.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Tacos. What you got for me?
So I noticed that, and I've only been watching your channel for a few months, but a lot of your advice is towards women who are looking for a high value man. But me personally, I married one,
Mm-hmm.
but what I really need is your advice in a situation where I feel like I'm a traditional woman. And I listened to the caller, I think it was last night, the woman who was a stay at home mom of two, and how she kind of regretted that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like, as a young traditional woman, I'm 27, when my husband asked me to work for him, he has three companies, I told him no because I had just been offered a really good government job.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've had an incident in our marriage to where he's seeking divorce. But I would like your advice for a traditional woman who is, and maybe this isn't the appropriate time or platform, but where I could maybe have a piece of advice moving forward and how to kind of reclaim my marriage and try
Oh,
and
okay.
salvage that.
Okay. Okay. What you hit on the topic I'm gonna get onto next week is called reclamation. I'm starting to reclaim women like Stephanie and a bunch of other folks. Be reclaiming a
Okay,
bunch of y'all. All right. Incident in your marriage. Um, was that on your side or on his side?
at my side.
All right. He asked you to work for the businesses that he has that fund the family, and you said
Mhm.
no.
Yes, he asked before we were married, and because I had just been offered a good job, I felt like
Okay,
it,
and so
you know,
I'm just getting the landscape. So do you have the? Did you go take the government job?
I did.
All right. Are you still there?
I am.
All right. How are the businesses doing?
Two out of three are doing very well.
Um, would the third one have done better had you worked for it?
I'm not sure. I think there were a lot of issues when he purchased the company.
Okay.
And so,
Just big picture. All right. So there was already I won't say a breach of trust, but there was already uh, a desire for you to make your own kind of claim. You wanted to put your own stake out in the world, more or less, in the context of a relationship.
mhm.
Um, that has a consequence. Now, whatever thing that happened, was it infidelity?
No.
All right. Um, what I'm need to try to understand is how serious of a breach for somebody to seek divorce without. You want to type it in the chat room?
Sure, I can do that.
Okay, because
One moment.
yeah, because if you want are trying to reclaim, if you're trying to basically win your spouse back, it depends on what we're trying to overcome. Let me see, Jamie. Let me get down to Jamie.
I'm typing now as well.
Okay, I'm looking for your name here. Yeah. All right. Type here. Here you go. Oh, all right. How long ago was that?
That was maybe 2 weeks ago.
And is that it? Okay? And from that point, he said no mas.
No, and that's the hard part that I'm trying to wrap my head around is I feel like I've made efforts in our home aside from not being there, trying to be the best, wife that I could be and quote unquote traditional wife. Um, and we were working on things after that.
Uh huh.
And so we ended up losing it, what I
Okay.
mentioned, the
Uh,
result of
uh,
that.
all right. So if you asked him when he said he wants to file, What reason did he give you?
He was showing me a lot of efforts towards making it work, and his heart, I felt, was postured that he wanted to maintain our relationship. But he
Mhm.
went home one weekend to Laredo, and his family was really against everything. And I felt like their emotions were very heightened. And so they convinced him that that was what was best. And so I'm torn because I don't think that he genuinely wants this divorce
Well,
himself, but he's pressured.
okay. Well, this is what happens when you bring family into stuff. But was it on grounds of irreconcilable differences? Is that what he's talking about? I mean, there's a reason he has to be wanting to walk, and
Right.
it can't just be what you just typed in there.
Well, that's why I'm so like flustered and confused
All right. Well,
because
what I would tell you, one of the first things, you keep saying traditional woman, but when a husband comes to a wife and says, "Hey, work for our legacy," and you say, "No, I'm going to go work for the government," that's a problem.
we weren't married.
Okay. Okay. I thought you said okay. You weren't married at the
That,
time. Okay.
right.
I'm confused. Um, have you guys been to counseling?
We have a therapist, yes, but
Have you been
we
to?
haven't. I
Okay.
haven't seen the therapist since the incident.
All right. Individual counseling is good, but also the things they'll call it was not divorce care. What is it? It's like Christian marriage counseling. Let me think of the name. I forgot what it is. Um, Christian. Are you Christian or are you non-denominational?
Yes, and we have sought counsel in our church, but he's since left the church. I think because he's just very embarrassed and with the whole situation.
Well, it's not divorce care. Um, oh Jesus. Group marital counseling is often works wonders because when you and your spouse are in counseling, it's you, him, and the therapist, and often it just it gets to be untenable. But when you can actually hear other people's problems, you can start to really
Mhm.
compare and contrast how major your stuff is. Because I don't, you don't need to go that deep into it, but I do know one thing. I don't know if you or he wants to be single out here.
Mhm.
Uh, and oftentimes people get a divorce because families are pressuring, and a lot of experience with this one. Families are pressuring this and that, and then they regret it. Why? You know, I mean, I don't know. No, I'm trying to figure out. Remember what it was? Group Christian marital counseling, pre pre divorce counseling. Hold on, Christian pre divorce counseling. I don't remember what it was called, but we went to this pre divorce. Um, are you guys still living together?
Not as of last week, but after the incident, immediately we were.
Okay. Well, in your area there, look, where whoever hosts divorce care in your area, there should be something before divorce care. Um, Basically, what I'm looking at is pre-divorce counseling, where they do it and it's usually done at church in the context of groups, because then as a husband and wife, you can get to go be around other couples in flux, and it's not so tense. You're not always listening to you and him. And really, it's a good time to, it's also a good way to compare what's going on, because it may seem like a major deal with what you guys are listening to, but then you listen to what another couple is going through. You're like, you know what? Maybe we need to redouble our efforts, because you have how many children?
None,
You
none.
have no children.
Yeah,
Um, does he have
we
any
were just
children?
married. No, we were just married.
How long ago? How long have you been married?
We were married about a month.
No, you guys have been married for 1 month.
Yeah, we were together for 7 months before, or 6 months before, and we were
Uh,
married in the
all
sixth
right,
month.
now okay, I'm confused because I thought there were children involved. All right,
No, 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 no.
all right. So let's back up. You've been married. You've been married about a month,
Mhm. And
and you
I'll just mention it. We got pregnant right away. So that's why I said I was experiencing those
right, right, right,
hormones.
right. But does he have any children?
No,
How old is he?
28,
And how old are you?
27.
Yeah, he's young.
And he's a
And
high earner too, so I'm just
uh,
convinced that he can go and find like whoever he
well,
wants.
I mean, but that's possible, but that's not the real point. The bigger point is his family's involved in this. And you guys shouldn't be having this major problems a month into marriage. Yeah, you guys need, if you're going to make a marriage work, you're going to have some sort of counseling without his family uh, involved, and to see if you guys even have enough to go the distance. Because it sounds to me though, as you guys got married under tense conditions, and you got a lot going on. A month married, I mean, hell, you may even be able to know that. I don't know. But if he doesn't want to stay, you're not going to be able to make him stay. That's really what it comes down to. And I hate to say it, but you got a month into a marriage. It's not a lot. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of confused at what you were saying. Um, yeah, best you can do is if you guys can get in to talk to a counselor and to see if you guys can put together a marital plan to try to get on the same page to make it work. But if
Is
he's
there
going,
any advice that you might have towards having
I've
that conversation to convincing him that it's worth
well,
the counseling?
you all you can do. Okay, why do you want to stay? If what you tell him is showing what happened, he wants to leave. That seems like a little thing to want to leave over.
Right.
And you're saying that, you guys have been together for 7 months, and he wanted you to take work for the businesses. You're telling me that a business failed inside of the 7 months? You got a job at the government inside. It's a lot of shit to go on for. How long y'all been together? Less than a year?
It didn't fail. It's just not as successful as his
But you
other
guys have been
two.
together less than a year.
Right.
That's a lot of stuff. It's a
I
lot
agree.
of stuff. I mean, you didn't want to go work for the business. It sounds as though y'all got rushed into a marriage because of your situation. Um, and it doesn't really sound like y'all was on stable ground to begin with. You wanted to do what you wanted to do, and you did it. Uh, so all I can do is say you'd be good to try to go find group marital counseling ahead of time and ask him to go. But he's a grown man; he can decide to go or not. And he sounds like he's already made his decision.
All right, let's really unpack this one. So we have a 27-year-old woman, married, and her husband actually offered her an opportunity to work with him. Think about that for a second. Most women complain that men don't include them in their goals, that they never build together, but here's a man saying, "Come be part of what I'm building." And she turns it down because she wants a big government job. This right here shows how backwards a lot of priorities have become. Instead of building within her home, within her family, she's chasing a title. She traded influence for position. And the sad part, when the marriage started breaking apart, suddenly she realized that the security she was chasing outside wasn't as stable as what she had at home. It's not even about control, it's about partnership. Sometimes being part of your man's vision is the key to building your own empire, but too many women today think submission means weakness, when in reality, it's alignment. The husband saw it early, like he realized she doesn't believe in what I'm building. And when a man feels that, it's done, because love without respect or teamwork doesn't last long. So now she's sitting here confused, wondering why he asked for a divorce. The truth is, he didn't leave because she wasn't good enough. He left because she wanted to compete instead of complete. That's the modern dynamic we keep seeing. People trying to win individually inside something that only works together.